Welcome to Spurs Kings TV, everyone. And today we're going to be looking ahead to our Premier League clash with Fulham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday. So, first of all, let's have a little look at Fulham and find out a little bit about them so far this season. So, currently, Fulham are sitting in ninth position in the table, but they're only a point behind us at the moment. So, the league is really tight. And obviously, at the moment, no team has seemed to really find any consistency apart from Liverpool. So, it's very open. And Fulham have had a decent start to the season, but a bit like Spurs, have been a little bit hit and miss as the season's gone on. If we look at their recent form, they've lost two, drawn one, and won two. And obviously, last weekend, they suffered a really bad defeat in what was a really bad performance as well at the hands of Wolves at Craven Cottage, in a result that probably would have surprised many, and one that I'm sure Fulham will be looking to try and bounce back as quick as possible this weekend. Now, when we look at their danger men and players that we might have to be wary of this weekend, there are four that kind of stand out to me, and two of them that kind of worry me as to where I think Fulham might be able to take advantage of us. That is obviously Traore and Iwobi. Now, as wide men, they've got a decent amount of pace and obviously also tricky on the ball. And if I think Fulham do what they're going to do, I think they'll look to come and do it a little bit like what Ipswich did previously at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and that is sit a little bit deeper and hope that they'll be able to take advantage of that pace out wide and pick us off on the counter. And with someone like Traore and Iwobi, you do kind of fear that they might be able to find little pockets of space out wide when obviously the two fullbacks invert or push forward. And obviously, as well, in the middle, in central midfield, who's had a really good start to the season since he's moved from Arsenal, that is Smith Rowe. And again, we can't afford to let him get on the ball and start picking passes, because he'll be the sort of player that's able to find Traore or Iwobi out wide. Up front, they've got Jimenez, a player that we know well, and he'll be a real handful for our two centre backs, and one that you obviously have to keep an eye on. He's an experienced forward, he knows what he's doing, and him again could be a real troublemaker for us that we'll have to keep our eye on. Now, if we look at Spurs, the team news going into the game that Romero was a slim possibility, but I think the messages we were getting was he wasn't going to be ready on time for this one. We know Van der Ven's still out, Vicario's out, Bentancur will be back on a ban. So I'm pretty sure we're going to stick with the same side that obviously got that brilliant win and brilliant performance at the Etihad the week before. And that'll be that, obviously Foster will come in. Dragusin and Davies will continue their centre-back pairing. And let's be honest, after the last couple of games, I don't think anyone expected it, but they've been really solid, especially Davies as well. We'll see Porro at right back, and Doggy will come back in for Gray at left back. And I think we'll see Kulusevski go back out to the right-hand side in place of Johnson. And it will be the same midfield and the same front three that played against Man City. And we should be going into this game with a bit of confidence. I do want to give a shout out to Foster though in goal, because obviously a lot of us fans were worried about him and whether he'd be able to step into Vicario's shoes. But I think the other night against Roma in the Europa League, he pulled off some really good saves at times. And the save that demands a special call out was a save right near the end when he tipped that volley over the bar. And unfortunately, we conceded the goal after that. But that was a save that should have won or helped us get that win over the line. But he did reasonably well. So we've got to have some confidence that as he plays more and more each week, he'll come good, and he should be able to cover us until Vicario's back from injury. Now, like I say, my fear is that Fulham will come and look to take the Ipswich template, which is just sit back, look to hit us on the counter and see if they can get there. The way we defend, I'm pretty sure we're going to concede, but I'm also feeling confident of us going forward in this game. And off the back of that defeat that Fulham had against Wolves at the weekend, they're going to be a little bit demoralised, and Anderson will be missing from them, who is a key player as one of their centre-back pairings. So if we look at prediction, I'm going to go 2-1. But this is one of those games, trying to predict a Spurs game at the moment, no one has got the crystal ball to be able to see that. Because ultimately, if Fulham defend the way they did against Wolves at the weekend, this could be one of those games where in a quick 15-minute spell, Spurs are 3-4 up even. But I think it could be tight. And like I say, I definitely see Fulham scoring a goal. So I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. And hopefully we will come away from the game with 3 points in the help for a push for a top four, and Ange can start finding that consistency in the league that we're desperately after. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think there'll be any surprises in terms of team selection at all? And as always, come on you Spurs.